Ronald Reed's behavior allowed him to amass an $8 million fortune that Richard Foscone's Harvard education couldn't protect. Reed was a janitor who lived quietly and invested patiently. Foscone was a high-stakes executive who lost everything in the 2008 crisis. We focus on visible status symbols, the cars and homes, because that is the only data we have. But wealth is the invisible restraint required to keep money. That mansion you see is often a liability, crumb weight of the debt used to buy it. To build something permanent, you need a set of personal rules. Take a pen and a piece of paper right now. We are going to build your true wealth blueprint using a 5-part framework. Completing this exercise replaces the pursuit of looking rich with the objective of securing financial independence. For step 1, write down the words, "My enough." This is where you define a lifestyle that satisfies you without factoring in the expectations of your neighbors or your social media feed. Most people are trapped by moving goalposts. The moment they reach a financial milestone, social comparison slides the finish line further to the right, ensuring they never feel satisfied. Chasing status forces individuals to take reckless risks with the money they need, just to impress people who are too busy worrying about their own status to notice. Rajat Gupta reached the highest levels of corporate success, amassing over $100 million. Yet he risked it all on insider trading because he couldn't stop climbing. He lost his wealth and freedom for money he didn't even need. A firm enough boundary defends against lifestyle creep. It turns your income into a tool for security rather than fuel for social competition. Step 2. Calculate your bare minimum monthly living expenses and multiply that number by 6. Write this total down as your margin of safety. Chaos is a constant. Financial survival is more valuable than high short-term returns because it allows you to stay in the market long enough for the math to work in your favor. In the Battle of Stalingrad, the German army's sophisticated tanks failed because field mice had nested inside them and eaten the electrical insulation. No one predicts a defeat by rodents, yet it happened. True wealth functions like an iceberg. The visible lifestyle above the water must be supported by a massive foundation of cash reserves hidden below the surface. Holding a large cash reserve acts as an insurance policy against the unknown. You accept lower immediate returns in exchange for the certainty that a sudden economic crisis won't force you into a total loss. Step 3. Write "My Engine, Consistent Index Funds plus Optimism" on your blueprint. Commit to an automated monthly contribution you maintain regardless of the news. Picking individual stocks is a gamble on short-term luck. It's impossible to distinguish a genius move from a lucky break until it's too late. Warren Buffett's success is a product of raw time. He has been a consistent investor for 3/4 of a century. This chart shows the reality of compounding. 99% of Buffett's wealth was generated after his 50th birthday. Market volatility is the fee for these returns. Stomach a 20% drop without panicking, and you earn long-term gains. Financial genius is the ability to do the average, boring thing when everyone else is losing their nerve. Step 4. Write down "My Game" and define your specific financial objective and your timeline. Financial advice is subjective. What works for a day trader who needs a win by Friday is a disaster for a retiree who needs their money to last 30 years. These are different games with different rules. You invite catastrophe when you take cues from people playing a more aggressive game. Getting swept up in speculative manias often means following someone else off a cliff. Defining your own game creates a shield against the fear of missing out. It allows you to ignore irrelevant news and focus on your milestones. Wealth is secured by ruthlessly ignoring the noise and adhering to the parameters of your own timeline. Step 5. Write down your ultimate rule. I will use money to buy freedom, not status. Onlookers admire a luxury car, not the person driving it. We spend money on objects thinking they will buy us admiration, but they usually only buy us the envy of strangers. Visible luxury often requires a high-stress schedule, limiting your options. The most valuable thing money can buy is unstructured time with the people you love. The highest form of wealth is waking up every morning and dictating your own schedule. That autonomy is the highest dividend money can pay. Financial independence is the result of shifting your resources from buying status symbols to buying back your time. Look at the blueprint you've created. You now have a tangible set of personal rules to guide every financial decision you make. Getting rich requires taking risks, but staying rich requires humility and a healthy fear that what you've built can be taken away. Adherence to these rules is what prevents that loss. Mike Tyson earned $400 million in his career and still ended up deep in debt. He was a master at making money, but he lacked the behavioral discipline required to keep it. Keep this blueprint visible as a defense against your own ego. By following these rules, you ensure every dollar works toward your ultimate objective, a life where you own your time.